I was living in Wisconsin, building bridge preforms, and my kids were in Florida, and their mom had a nervous breakdown, and I chose to go get them, and I had to go through court and stay down there like a whole month, and I lost everything I had, and I did a little research about Minnesota, and I seen it's a helpful state, so I ended up coming here with nowhere to go, actually, just off faith and, for the better. So all this stuff is new to me, raising kids. It's a whole nother level, and I'm just used to working and doing stuff like that. So it's not no joke being a single parent. I stayed in 3 different shelters, When I got my kids enrolled in school, I let them know about my situation I was going through at the time through my kids' school counselor. I found out about Solid Ground. He referred me. Solid Ground it was the best program I actually got into. It gave me freedom, and I accomplished my goal, because the goal was to get into a place and things like that. But we got denied a couple times, and they end up calling back, and oh man, it was a relief call. It was a call that's showing me like, hey, you're doing the right thing and just keep going. It was so great, to have a place to call home, and Solid Ground came and helped out a lot, brought me dishware, covers, things of that nature. Offer assistance with rent, electrical, things like that. It's a great program. And I wouldn't be where I'm at now if it wasn't for them, honestly.
It was important for Solid Ground to ensure we found safe, stable, and affordable housing for Charles. And it was equally important to ensure that his children were thriving in school.
When I first got them, they couldn't read, write. They didn't know their birthdays or nothing, Now they know the timetables, division, read. They doing way, way better. Even the teachers, they see the improvement. And some of the teachers call me Super Dad. My hope for their future is to see what their dad been through to get them on the right path, and be better,
We want Charles to be able to live in his home on his own without the support of Solid Ground. Helping him obtain those skills so that he can be self-sufficient is a huge goal of ours.
Everything that I've been through and stuff, it made me look at life way different. And, it gave me more perseverance. It showed me that, you could go through anything as long as you have faith and determination, And I'm glad that I went through it because it made me a better person, through it all.
The families that come to Solid Ground, this is a new beginning for them. This is a fresh start. And that's why it's so important for me to give everyone the opportunity for their defined new beginning, as Paul is going to share his success and his new beginning.
I went to school in Burnsville, actually, and went into the Army for 4 years. I was a United States Army Airborne Ranger, and I went on to work for a number of years, and I was a union cement mason and also a machinist. I had 2 daughters, and their mom became mentally ill and absconded from being their parent. So I was raising my daughters all by myself, and it was really, really hard. We fell on hard times a number of times, and I was very lucky to have got the Minnesota Assistance Council for Veterans help me. They gave us some temporary housing, and then they said that I had permanent housing here. And as a direct result, I became in with Homefront, with Solid Ground. I mean, we've never been out on the street, if you will, and stuff, but we were in shelter a couple of times and stuff, and this has impacted us greatly to have solid, stable housing. That was the beginning, then finding some type of income, slowly emerging from being very depressed. I carry my military background. It's been really tough, but with everyone's help, I'm emerging from it, and I'm very grateful.
When I first started 2 years ago, Paul was not doing so hot. He would call it he's in poverty. And slowly, Paul started working on things and getting the help he needed, working with me, working with Goodwill Easter Seals, getting into a father program, getting help with resumes, getting help with finding a job. And now he has a state job. He makes very good money, and he just bought a car, which is super exciting because he always wanted to buy a nice car that was reliable. Now he has one to get back to work.
Yeah, it took some time, and I've called Haley, my advocate, at the 11th hour a number of times and just said, hey man, I don't know what I'm gonna do here, so I just I don't know what else to say except for the fact that she's just a great advocate for me and my kids. My kids are 15 and 16. They are girls. They have been with me alone since they were 1 and 3. They're great kids. They go to high school now. They have great work ethic. They both have a job. Just super great kids. I can't say enough about the fact that they're emerging from all of this too. We're just in such a better place than we were before we were here. It was very helpful to have someone like Haley to say, listen, you're going to emerge from this if you just keep on showing up. So I just kept showing up, and I'm emerging from poverty, which is awesome.
In Paul's case, he worked so hard to get to where he can start his new beginnings, from having more income, which is then getting him out of poverty, which then helps him think about, well, where do I want to go after? Can I go and buy a house? Can I get out of apartment living? Can I help my children after they graduate and start all that over and have his new beginnings with his family?
As I think about a 35-year legacy of Solid Ground, I also think about how can others invest in Solid Ground? How can we also invest in the work we do to create additional future legacies? It's investing in Paul. It's investing in Charles. It's investing in the families here at East Metro Place. It's investing in the staff. Your investment is how we're going to create this legacy of new beginnings for Solid Ground and the families that we serve.